Hi, Allison. I think you could definitely put in both of these designs. Um, I think this is looking really good. I did end up like centering this a little bit more. I do think the bubbles, just the inside of the bubbles on this beer and there and these little bubbles here would look good opaque white maybe, and then leaving the rest of it clear just for like some dimension. Because I like how the Brewfest font is not see-through, and it kind of gives it more dimension. So if you did that with the bubbles even, that'd be great. And there's plenty of room for sponsors, so that's good. I did add just make this black as well, so it sticks out because that's pretty important information there. Um, yeah, so that's kind of quick suggestion for this. I think it looks really good. The second one here, I did do a little bit of finagling with this because I didn't know if there was quite enough room for all the sponsors. So, simplified this area, moved the logo up here, tried to move this text box down. Oh, now it's working. For some reason, earlier when I was trying to move it, it would not let me. I did go into InDesign Preferences, which you'd find that under Edit Preferences if you're on a Windows. And I went to Guides and Pasteboard, and I made the pasteboard horizontal and vertical margins larger. So I wasn't getting that error about, oh, it'll leave the pasteboard, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes that happens in InDesign. It's really annoying, but you can fix it by changing the pasteboard options in Preferences. And changing the vertical and horizontal pasteboard options. One thing to remember is it's probably going to look more like this when you print it. It's not going to have the orange border, just so you know that, because the printer won't be able to get to the edge of the paper with that orange. So I would probably just remove it altogether because that's probably about how big that white border is going to show up. We want to make sure that this inner border here is clearly away from the edge. I mean, one way of quickly telling is, here's the 11, so that's about 0.25 inches, which is definitely enough room. Let's see, if this border was still in there, you could back it off 1/8 of an inch. And that is about how much the printer will leave around the edge, but it's always uneven. It's always an uneven border when the printer prints. So I think it's best to just take that off, and then you'll get at least an even black border around the edge. I do kind of like that color, but maybe you can, maybe make it work without it. Oops. I mean, maybe it could be, actually, maybe we could do this instead. Let's see here. I don't know, if you want to bring more of that orange color in. Oops, I didn't end up changing the font at all. Oh, here. Oops. It's not a font. Let's see. And that's an option. I don't know if I like it that much, but it's up to you. I did take out the circle because I wanted to experiment with what that looked like, and I think I like it better because then you can make your Saturday a little bit bigger, make it a little bit bolder. If you have this line here, that might have changed from me. If you command click, you can click through your different layers too, but so yeah, just make sure that's centered. I did change the size of this, and I made this the black and I made this the light, because this is almost like a disclaimer, and I made it size 13. I did simplify the text too. I put an ampersand and I said 21 to enter beer gardens and a valid ID must be shown at time of entry is what I put in there. So I did kind of simplify that down a little bit. Put this on 3 lines just so it's a little bit bigger. This looks pretty good, but it could probably be brought down a little bit in size, so it's fitting a little bit nicer in that box. And then I did make a lot more room for logos in this area down here. Moved this graphic over a little bit, and I think, that does the trick. I'm not totally sold on this. I think you had it white before. Well, that's kind of a gray color. Let's see, where's the white? I mean, that might be better to, to do. Anyway, it's kind of up to you. I just don't think that orange border is going to show up super well for you when you print, because it will be cut off and there will be a white border there and it will be uneven, unless you're going in 0.25, which you did with the black border. That will definitely be an even border for the most part, but the stuff that the printer does, if you leave it up to the printer, it will get kind of wonky and uneven. So anyway, I think that's about the main thing. I think it looks really good. I really like this one quite a bit, and this one's nice as well. So I think either one of them could really work for the event. So I guess we'll find out who's ends up getting picked, but you definitely have a good shot at it. So all right, we'll talk to you later.